deeply humbled and honored to stand before you as the president of this remarkable organization, which is committed to championing the rights and well-being of individuals living with physical disabilities. Our foundation, the Short Steps Charity Foundation, embodies a vision of inclusivity, support and empowerment for all members of our community who navigate the world with unique challenges and abilities. Our primary objective at the Short Steps Charity Foundation is to provide a platform of unwavering support to individuals with disabilities, ensuring that they are not only acknowledged but empowered to take each step towards a fulfilling and independent life. Through our various projects and initiatives, we strive to create a more inclusive society where barriers are broken down and opportunities are truly accessible to everyone, regardless of their physical or cognitive differences. With a deep sense of compassion and a resolute commitment to change, we envision a future where individuals with disabilities are not defined by their limitations, but are celebrated for their strengths and contributions to our world. Through collaborative efforts with our partners and communities, we will develop innovative programs aimed at enhancing accessibility, promoting education and employment opportunities, and fostering a culture of understanding and acceptance. The Short Steps Charity Foundation will lead by example, advocating for policy changes that uphold the rights and dignity of individuals with disabilities, while also providing direct services to meet their diverse needs. From promoting assistive technologies to organizing recreational and skill-building activities, we are dedicated to creating a nurturing environment that nurtures the potential and well-being of every individual we serve. Together, let us embark on this journey of compassion and empowerment, paving the way for a more inclusive and equitable society, where every step taken by a person with a disability is met with our support, encouragement, and assurance of a brighter future. Thank you for entrusting us with this important mission, and I invite each of you to join hands with us as we work together towards a more inclusive and a just tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome everybody to this humble occasion today. May I stand on the existing protocol? Reproductive, sexual and reproductive health for individuals with disabilities. Sexual and reproductive health is a vital aspect of overall well-being, regardless of an individual's physical or mental activities. When it comes to people with disabilities, there are unique considerations and challenges that need to be addressed to ensure that they have access to essential information resources and support in this area. Sexual and reproductive health is fundamental to the overall health and well-being of individuals, couples and families, and to the social and economic development of communities and countries. Sexual health, when viewed affirmatively, requires a positive and respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationships. The ability of men and women to achieve sexual health and well-being depends on the access to comprehensive, good quality information about sex and sexuality. Information about sex and sexuality, knowledge about the risks they may face, and the vulnerability to adverse consequences of unprotected sexual activity, ability to access sexual health care, living in an environment that affirms and protects sexual health.
The program organized by Assured Steps Charity Foundation at Roots Restaurant, Hawaii, the state on 1st March 2024. And the topic is the place of people with disability in the present political landscape of Nigeria. Disability is regarded as the experience of any condition that makes it more difficult for a person to do certain activities or have a equal access within a given society. Disabilities may be cognitive, developmental, intellectual, mental, physical, sensory, or a combination of multiple factors. May be more appropriate to regard such people as those with health challenges or impairment. Disability, therefore, is the result of the interaction between a person and their environment. Persons with disabilities include those who have long-term physical, mental, intellectual, or sensory impairments, which in interaction with various barriers such as inaccessible building and inflexible work environments may hinder their full and effective participation in society.
We're going to rehearse and say it together. When I say Abia, you ask your neighbor, Isukwa. Then I do it again, you see Isukwa. The third one, you draw it, Isukwa. Are we together? Yeah. Abia, Isukwa. Abia, Isukwa. Abia, Thank you very much. Thank you. Clap yourself. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank the convener of this gathering, the assistant to the governor, my friends, the assistant to the governor of media, for bringing me here this afternoon. First and foremost, I want to say this clearly, that nobody determines how he comes out. It's not your making that you are the way you are, and it's not my making that I am the way I am. That must be understood. And if you understand that, it will humble you to know that it can be you too tomorrow. Yes. And that you are standing with your feet today does not mean that it will continue till the day you die. Anything can happen. Yes. Even though we don't pray for the negative things to happen. So based on that, it means we must be compassionate. It means we must show care and love to our brothers who find themselves in this situation. Our joy is that in this new Abia, in this new government, we have a government that is holistically looking at every area of development. And that is why for the first time, you are having the governor appoint someone to oversee the affairs of people who are physically challenged. I think the governor deserves an applause for that. If the governor is not thinking about you, he wouldn't have made that appointment. So that is a plus. And I've heard the concerns sitting down here, and I want to say this, that we may not achieve all that we're expecting one day, but definitely there are steady progress going on that will ensure that things do not remain the same. I am aware that there are a lot of programs lined up for those in this category. Our job in Abia State Orientation Agency is to ensure that we sensitize enough, that we mobilize and sensitize our people enough to understanding their role in this situation. That we need to, like our sister said, watch our brothers, watch over our people who are not as strong as we are. And like our brother here said, it is important that when we gather you together, that we consider the environment. It's very, very important. It must be friendly to the way you are. But of course, you know, this is personal effort, individual effort. This is not government. An individual says, I want to identify with people like this. So there could be some loopholes. So we will accept it, accommodate it, and encourage that person to do better next time.
But our own is, this is a new government, and we say we are the new Abia. Just like those in the orientation, have been preaching to all Abias. This is a new Abia where we are doing things completely different. Because we know what our people, those living with disabilities, pass through on a daily basis. That was one of the reasons why the governor thought it wise to appoint someone that is exposed, somebody that is grounded, somebody that has spoken, that people within and outside the country have listened to. Our brother here, the special assistant to the governor on people with disabilities, that was why he was appointed. Not just appointed to continue the direction that had been done in the past, but appointed and given the platform to bring to the attention of the government the challenges confronting people with disabilities and provide solutions to them. So what we are going to do as a government is to identify our brothers and sisters with disabilities and give them the necessary support they require to live a better life. They are human beings like all of us. And just like our father here observed, he is known. If you go to where his school is in Abia, he's so popular. For us, he has broken barriers. If you look at the things he has done, if he had the necessary support from the government and from key institutions, he would have done far better than he has done. So we need to be intentional about supporting those with disabilities, about in building government institutions, in building churches, in building schools, in building wherever government wants to be told. Take those with disabilities into consideration and ensure that the necessary platforms and opportunities are provided for them to succeed.
The thought of helping disability people, but at last it ends without anything. Because those that are disabled, in fact, they need more encouragement. They have their own problems. Inferiority complex, they have to think about it. Even those who are really trying to build up themselves and help the economy or the people are daily encouraged by the government. It is not just to say it, but actually face it. Then I think we're missing a lot by ignoring the people of disability. We get something, there is something hidden in them. I'm one of them. I'm a proprietor of a school. I know that I've produced many intelligent people in the way I think is useful. But assuming that I'm more encouraged, a lot of horrible things will come out. Even the school we are running, the government, I'm not blaming you, I'm not saying they are not doing it, I'm trying to let them know. The government collects taxes from us. Instead of helping us, they suppress. This year we're going to have spent hundreds of thousands payments for this thing. Why? We could have used such money to develop this and then prepare ourselves for more livelihood. So I'm thanking the organization of this year. I'm thanking them and praying that the government is very powerful today. That the government may not do much. The individuals can actually help. If the government can encourage and visit us and then enact other laws of nature that will open the door for us, then I think we can do
part to play, not only the government. Our daddy has said something concerning the government, the churches, the issue different places we go, do they have provision for the physically challenged? I think it's one of the reason for this program, so that whatever we hear here today will not just stop here. We take it to our churches, take it to where they need to hear it. The vehicles we have, they don't have provision for people that are disabled. And sometimes when you see them, some don't even have sympathy for them. I was talking with the principal of the School of the Blind. She was just lamenting on the things they go through. He said sometimes you want to enter a vehicle, somebody will just jump out of the vehicle because you came in, so that you will not pass on the blindness to them. The physically challenged are facing a lot in our society. I believe that we all have roles to play. If I have a business premises, I should be able to create space for them. If you come to government organizations, you hardly see them because they don't have provision for them. You and I that know the value of these people can take this message down to them. That's why we're here today. Play your little role while I play mine. If you are trying to establish something or whatever, remember the disabled. Remember the physically challenged. They also need those facilities. They may not have access to it, but you can help them have access to it. So please, let's take it down, especially the churches. I've taken my time to look at the church buildings. You cannot easily roll in your wheelchair. You go to their restroom, they don't have provision for such people. These little things that we overlook, I think we need to take it down to them. Let me stop here because of time.
Special Assistant to the Governor on People with Disabilities, Mr. David Daniel. Please a round of applause for him.
Thank you so much. The President assured steps Capacity Foundation, my own sister, Nkebi Fed Ako, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Media, our own brother, friend here, the Director General at the State Orientation Agency, our own pastor, you're welcome here. Our daddy, who is here present with disability, is a listed man with disability. Mr. White, sir, we recognize your presence here. Our guest speakers have said Dr. Jessica, correct? Yeah, I recognize you. Leaders of people with disabilities here, I'm seeing my brother Chief who is here. My own sister, I'm happy to have you. Other distinguished Abians, Nigerians, friends from the media, Ma, we recognize you here. Thank you so much for your presence, Ma. You know, another who has spoken before me, I'm excited to be here. I'm glad that this conversation is going on. When I look at the title of this gathering, it's saying the role of society in making life easier for physically challenged persons in our communities. I'll be looking at it for persons with disabilities, not only physically challenged, because disability is beyond physically challenged individuals. In fact, there are people with disabilities you may not see or appreciate. And I'm asked to speak on avenue for PWDs in Abia State. I'm also going to be looking at basically, avenues for promoting inclusive society in Abia State. Because without inclusive society, we may not do much. We are in a state that is projected to have more than 400 persons with disabilities. We are in a state that is characterized with business people, where we make money. That is what Abia State is known, using Aba as a point of focus. So what that means is that when we wake up in the morning, more than 60% of Abians look forward to make money. So we are in a state that has 17 local government areas, with 2 major cities, Aba and Umuahia, being the capital. So since over 31 years, this state has been in existence. And we have different governors that have ruled us, engaging, supporting, making laws, and all the rest. Over these years, issues of people with disabilities has not been as prominent as it is today. I'm not the first person to be appointed SA in Abia State. We've had SSA, SSSSA with disabilities. Unfortunately, all these SSS, SSA, SA with disabilities, they have no office. I'm the only one that have been appointed SA office. So what that means is that beyond the interest of government in the past on disability, this is the only time that the government is genuinely interested in promoting inclusive society by not only appointing a person with disability to lead, not only giving office to the individual with disability to participate, he also ensured that I participate in the executive council meeting. Yeah. He also ensured that I have one-on-one conversation around disability issues with him. He also ensured that there is a budget for programming people with disabilities in the 2024 Abia State budget. So when we say that our state, under the leadership of our own brother, Dr. Alex Choma Boti, we are saying that we are deliberate, that a new Abia is possible, and we are experiencing it. Not generally, but people with disabilities. So when we talk about our own experience as people with disabilities, we can count 1, 2, 3 that can demonstrate as evidence of deliberate attempt by the state to ensure that we are not left behind. That is what SDG is all about. So, as I said, I'm talking about, what we can do to promote inclusive society. We should understand that the major barrier that confront people with disabilities in this part of the world is issue of attitude. Attitude, nothing more, nothing else. Attitude. And when we say attitude, what do we mean? We are talking about discrimination, stigma, isolation, separating people with disabilities. And when society believes so much on, attacking people with disabilities psychologically, emotionally, otherwise, through their behavior, it means that the people with disabilities will not be able to participate in society on an equal basis with their peers. So when we complain access, we are saying that the society says we shouldn't participate, which is discrimination. When we say, economic exclusion, the society is saying that you must be discriminated while we are making money. So when we make money, we'll bring you in. It's all about attitude, nothing more, nothing else.
My name is Wakama Blessing. The program is organized by the NGO, Assured Step Charity Foundation. And they call us together to come to know their role, what they have with us. So, and we are here. They have shared their aims and objectives. So, and their aims and objectives, they are good to us. They will favor us. If all of us can work together, both government, the NGO, and us, if we can work together, I know that the program will favor all of us.
My name is Nkebuifo Ago. I'm a registered nurse in Manchester, United Kingdom. And by the grace of God, I'm the founder of Assured Steps Charity Foundation, the charity that supports people with physical disabilities and also helping to curb unnecessary maternal death by supporting vulnerable pregnant women in rural areas. Today's program is actually to create more awareness on the presence of disabled people in our communities and also to seek for the help that normal individuals can give to them in order to help them to live closer to their potentials, if not to their full potential as human beings. It's a project to advocate and speak on their behalf, to raise awareness to amplify the voices of people that have disabilities, because it doesn't seem like the society is hearing us enough.